When will the Bitcoin price be higher? I mean, come on. We've got all this amazing news. Vanguard opening their entire platform of $11 trillion to Bitcoin. Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, all recommending Bitcoin now as of January 5th. They are recommending Bitcoin. Vanguard is already live on their platform, letting people buy Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. You've got Charles Schwab, which is launching Bitcoin trading, where you'll be able to buy and sell Bitcoin on their platform next year, first half of 2026. Every day, there's an insane number of positive news stories about Bitcoin, including today, or maybe yesterday, when the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC, announced that banks can buy and sell Bitcoin on behalf of their customers. There's an incredible number of positive news stories. Well, when will the price be higher? I don't know. I just know it absolutely eventually will, based on the fact that the total amount of positive news stories is absolutely positively raising the water level that is, that the beach ball has to float on top of. So if you think about it, the natural organic adoption of Bitcoin, based on a million different factors among 8 billion people in the world, is like the water level in a swimming pool. And the price of Bitcoin is like a beach ball. And naturally, the beach ball wants to float on top of the water. Now, sometimes the beach ball gets bounced higher than the water level when the price gets a little bit euphoric and gets a little bit ahead of a natural organic adoption, which happened in 2021. You could argue it also happened in 2017 and in 2013 and perhaps 2011, where the price just got ahead of its organic demand and therefore fell back down. But there are times like now where it feels like the beach ball is being held underwater, and where the water level keeps rising based on just an endless stream of positive news related to Bitcoin, but that is not reflected in the price of Bitcoin. So as, effectively the Bitcoin bears, the pessimists are hoping to hold the price down as long as possible. You have the Bitcoin bulls, which are people who are optimists, saying, hey, you're not going to be able to hold this beach ball underwater forever. Because every positive news story pumps more air into that beach ball, meaning that beach ball, assume it's an elastic beach ball where the size can contract and expand. That beach ball is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And maybe it only started underwater with a 2-foot diameter. So you got this 24-inch beach ball being held underwater with a price below its natural level. But underwater, the beach ball gets, a bunch of positive news stories make that beach ball 3 feet in diameter. Now it's 4 feet in diameter. It's about to be 5 feet in diameter. At what point will it absolutely, just based on the laws of physics, will that price have to rise because the pressure to hold it underwater just cannot hold it back? That is where we are right now with Bitcoin. Its natural price, based on market demand, in my opinion, ought to be higher than $92,500. And eventually it absolutely will be higher than $92,500. But again, every day that goes by, we're pumping that beach ball larger and larger and larger, making it want to rise. Now, could it stay down there longer? Of course. I mean, markets can stay irrational for a long time, which is why the famous saying is, markets can remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So if you bet that the price is going to rise in a specific time frame, the market can stay below or above your price longer than you can hold that, leveraged position open. Meaning you can lose money even if you're right. Even if you say, but I'm positive Bitcoin's going to $150,000, and you bet that that's going to happen by January 31st, guess what? It will go to $150,000. It just might not be by January 1st, and you lose money, which is why I don't ever recommend using leverage or borrowed money to buy Bitcoin. So the positive news related to Bitcoin just grows and grows and grows. It's absolutely insane, the amount of positive news. Yet somehow it barely seems to affect the price, which means at some point there will be an explosive move upward in the price of Bitcoin. It will happen. It is only a matter of time. And then immediately the price will level off at 150,000 or 140 or 170 or 180. Nobody knows. But the price will level off at some price significantly higher than today. And immediately everybody will start complaining that the price is stuck again and it's not going higher. like we could jet from $92,000 to $140,000 in a series of weeks, and immediately everybody's going to complain that it stopped at $140,000. And when is Bitcoin going to do something? Like, it can go up by 50%, and people are still going to immediately start complaining that it's not going up anymore and it's not going up fast enough. So anyway, investing is a game of patience. Whoever is the most patient, the most disciplined, and the most not leveraged ends up winning the game of investing. Now is a great time to buy Bitcoin at $92,500. Frankly, anything below $100,000 is a downright steal, in my opinion. And then you just have to be patient. And eventually all the positive news airs up that beach ball till it can't possibly stay under. And then it pops up to the height of the water level. Sometimes it overshoots and we go up to a price that's a little too high to be sustainable. Sometimes it sits at the right price of whatever the organic demand should dictate, and it stays there for a while. And sometimes, if it doesn't overshoot, it starts getting pushed back underwater, and it just takes time for it to pop up again. But eventually, the price of Bitcoin is always reflective of market demand. It just takes time, which is why right now you can buy Bitcoin on sale and benefit from the massive price appreciation when all of that news actually gets priced in.